And the game of the year is mon ami
Guild Wars Reforged.
Look at Randy Orton slithering. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out! Welcome
to 2005. Hero shooter? Battle passes? Pay to win? Loot boxes? What are you talking about? Bro, grab some pizza rolls, tell your mom to get off the phone, get the dial-up working. Let's play some Guild Wars. Okay, 2005 was 21 years ago. I just thought someone should break the news to you, and for that I am sorry. They're still dropping updates to this day. I feel like I hear about some game being taken offline permanently, sunset, like every other month, but Guild Wars 1 is still here, and it's like 3.5 in Anthem years, or about 170 in Highguard, and it surprisingly holds up. So before the Glaze Fest, quick overview, what is Reforged? Well, it's finally on Steam for pretty cheap. You get all 3 campaigns for 20 bucks, and previously if you just owned any one campaign, now you get all 3 for nothing. There's controller and Steam Deck support, and there's graphical improvements.
They're the same picture.
Yeah. Well, the real glow up is in the skill icons.
Боксер по пояс голый.
Fire.
Колбасер по пояс голый.
Before I keep yapping, right now is a great time to get back into it or even try it for the first time. They've been dropping constant updates, adding content the community has always wanted, and even done some skill balance patches after over a decade. And the 21st anniversary event is right around the corner with even more content. And there's a bunch of people online abusing this poor NPC in Ascalon, so you can join them. Okay, so what makes Guild Wars 1 so neat? Well, the reason I played it in the first place was, unlike WoW and other MMOs of the time, there was no monthly payment. I could never in a million years convince my parents to give up their credit card information for an online video game, especially in 2005. You get your ass beat if you said some dumb shit like that. But a one-time payment I could kind of get away with. Also, the internet was still pretty new back then. There was no YouTube creator economy about the best farm methods or the most meta builds. No Twitch streamers yelling at devs for nerfs, just some forum posts and memes uploaded in their 4.3 480p goodness, all for love of the game. I did not realize as a kid I was living in the good old days of MMOs. The story.
The last day dawns on the kingdom of
Prince Rurik! Prince Rurik! What is it?
Prince Rurik! The absolute banger of a soundtrack.
Praise be to Dwayne if this works.
A tutorial area so warm, cozy, and inviting that a lot of players decided they didn't even want to progress the story, so they just stayed. They never talked to the NPC and they never did the time skip. An entire community formed around pre-searing, and people even figured out how to hit max level in pre. This guy's entire YouTube channel is dedicated to a tutorial area of a video game that came out 21 years ago, and that, I think, is awesome. 10 unique professions to choose from where multi-classing was actually incentivized. Your playstyle would not be locked to the class you chose. You could buildcraft your own unique gameplay based on what you liked. You want to be a necromancer that doesn't use a wand or staff and instead use a dervish scythe? You can do that. You want to be a warrior that forgoes melee weapons and uses a spear instead, and you just knock people down by going, "Computer, call this guy a coward and knock him down if he moves." You could do that. Want to be an elementalist that dips into assassin so you can teleport and nuke people with point blank spells? You can do that. There's so many ways you can play. There's over 1,000 skills, and I know all of them because I have autism. The community is still coming up with new builds to this day. And this is actually how progression was done in Guild Wars. It was horizontal. So traditionally, you level up, the gear gets slightly better, but then the enemies you fight are also leveled up. So you just end up feeling kind of the same. But in Guild Wars, the max level is only 20, and there's plenty of game to play through once you hit 20. Being max level isn't even that hard to do. You can do it fairly quick. The progression actually comes from acquiring new skills from skill trainers or bosses spread throughout the map. And then you have to learn what they actually do, because the new skill isn't inherently more powerful, it just opens up new ways for how you can build your team and play. And the game leans further into build crafting by not being an MMO in the traditional sense, but more of a cooperative RPG because it was instanced. So when you're in a town or city, you get to see all the other players and do normal MMO social stuff, but when you leave, you only get to bring your party with you. This makes every skill you take so much more impactful. You only get 8 skill slots, and you want to make sure that you're synergizing with your team effectively. If you played games like Darkest Dungeon or Slay the Spire, you'll feel right at home theory crafting a team build. And sometimes you'll spend ages cooking up what you think is the perfect build, only to total party wipe within 30 seconds. And finally, Guild Wars spoiled me with the quality of life features they had over 20 years ago. They had henchmen and heroes, so you could fill out your team and do content even if the player population was low. And heroes were fully customizable, so you could change their skills and their equipment, and it really lent itself to experiment and have a bunch of different team comps based on the content you were doing. They had automated tournaments that still go on to this day and give players rewards for participating. It's why there's still a strong guild battles community. There was even an observe feature, so you could view high-level tournament games within the Guild Wars UI, and you could see the match from each player's perspective to get a better understanding of the game and the current meta. And they made it super easy to save different builds and equipment loadouts, and even share them with others. I mean, I can't even save a loadout in Arc Raiders, a game that came out just a few months ago. So, to wrap it up, the game's turning 21. You're definitely way past 21 if this is in your feed. Come play this old game that honestly still puts a lot of new games to shame. And subscribe for more Guild Wars content. Next video, probably some Random Arenas bullshit. Bye!